Hey tipsters, it's me, Mr. Parker. This is my good friend David. We're going to talk to you a little bit about alcoholism and alcoholism as a disease. We hear you guys are reading about alcoholism, and we have some experience working with recovered alcoholics, and we just wanted to share a little bit of our experience. And I've asked David to come and share his experience too. So, David, can you tell us a little bit about your journey?
Yeah, thanks, Will. My name's David. I am an alcoholic. So I started drinking when I was 20. And so when I started drinking, it was in college. It was my freshman year. And I started drinking just like most people do, started drinking with my friends. And very soon, though, within like about 2 years' time, I started to drink very heavily. And eventually, in 2013, so like between 2012 and 2013, I started to drink in a way that was out of control. When I started to drink very heavy liquor, I would start with the intention to just get a buzz or get drunk or have just a lot of fun. But eventually, I would just find myself drinking a lot until I would get sick. And then I'd say to myself, no, I'm not going to do that anymore. Like I'm going to drink a lot less next time. I'll be okay. Because it hurt. I would puke. I get sick. And eventually got to the point I was sick for days. I was so sick. Um, so at some point in 2013, I hit a point where I also, when I would drink, I felt like I couldn't stop, but I also kept thinking about it throughout the day, all day. Before I drank, I would think about it all day. I couldn't stop thinking about it, and I thought I was going insane. And I thought I was the only one experiencing that around me. With my friends, when we'd go hang out, I thought I started to feel lonely and felt misunderstood. By 2014, I became homeless, unemployable, and I started to do a lot of things that were really just yeah, insane. And so what happened was I found my way to San Antonio, and I started attending AA meetings. And what the Big Book in the AA and Alcoholics Anonymous, there's a thing called a Big Book, and it's a collection of stories of alcoholics back in the 1930s who got sober. Um, and to make a long story short, this book outlines that alcoholics need a spiritual experience in order to stop drinking. I can't do it on my own. I cannot control when I drink. And there's two things that the book talks about in the beginning. It's something called a phenomena, which is a word that is like an experience. It's a fact that it's happening. A phenomena of craving when I drink. So it's like I have an allergy of the body, it says. I cannot stop once I start. Just like we have, allergies to weather or change in seasons, I have an allergy to alcohol. I crave it. I want more of it. And then there's another thing called the obsession of the mind. Is when before I drink, and during the time I drink, and while I'm drinking, I just cannot stop thinking about drinking. I have to have it. So alcoholism, to sum up my story, it progressed, and it has consumed my life to the point where I must find a cure for this. And the only cure, the only treatment for it, is a spiritual program. A spiritual program that enables me to live life on life's terms and not have to drink. But that doesn't mean that I'm no longer an alcoholic. I'm always an alcoholic. And my experience has shown that. If I stop for a while and then I pick it up again, I still can't stop. I still have this inability to stop when I really want to, and I really don't also have the ability to not drink. I can't really say no if I don't have a spiritual program. I have the intention to not drink when I wake up, but at some point in the day, I find myself drinking. So AA has really given me, Will, the ability to be an alcoholic and live life on life's terms. And so that's, to sum up in short, what alcoholism is to me and what alcoholism is for AA. So thank you for having me.
Thanks so much, David.
Absolutely.
How long have you been sober, by the way?
I have been sober since March 9th of 2014, and that is all because of I have basically just, with simple willingness, decided to practice steps every day of my life to get in touch with a higher power that's bigger than my ego and just my way of thinking, and following a program of action and joining the AA community.
Thanks so much, David.
Absolutely.